Hey everyone! Today I'm so excited because I'm going to show you my new old camera, the Nikon F3. The real reason I bought this camera was the top-down viewfinder. So cool. That's very flattering. For my test roll, I'm going to be shooting with Fujicolor 100. I'm excited to see if I like it. I'm sure I will. I mean, Fuji.
Not a great way to start the first roll, but I will talk more on this in the second half of the video. I met up with my close friend Joy to shoot the majority of this roll, and the first thing we did was load our cameras and get coffee. Next, Joy took me to an auto shop that she had been eyeing and wanting to photograph. The cars were so beautiful, and this was just a perfect place to shoot. At the end of the day, we picked up some fresh sushi and Ben and headed to the dog park for some golden hour goodness.
Oh, I don't think we saw it.
First of all, the build quality is amazing. It feels so sturdy. Even just the shutter sounds amazing. I mean, listen to this. Just so nice. I mean, come on. It just feels so good in my hand, and I love the size of the lens too. I also love the top-down viewfinder. I honestly used it less than I thought I would just because it's a little cumbersome to take off the top, but I definitely just love having the option. It reminds me of my medium format cameras, and I think that's why I love it so much. I think I would prefer personally to leave on the viewfinder and then take it off as opposed to getting a top attachment that's only for top-down viewing. Just because if you're only framing through top-down, that can be a little limiting. With the viewfinder, you can always crouch lower. If you're framing top-down, you can't really get higher unless you have a ladder or something to stand on, I guess. I do love that you don't have to take your eye off the viewfinder in order to figure out exposure. You can see the shutter and the f-stop all in one place in the viewfinder, and it actually changes as you change it. But honestly, one thing I don't love is the plus and minus metering system. I prefer the Canon AE1's metering system just because it tells you exactly which stop is properly exposed. I think that's most helpful for things like contrast ratios, because that way you know exactly which stops your shadows and highlights are. Then you know not only that a part of your image is underexposed, but by how many stops specifically. Whereas with the plus and minus system, it just tells you it's underexposed or overexposed. I've never used auto on an SLR before, so it feels wrong, but it was decently good at getting general exposure, and it made it really fast and really easy. The only negatives that I can see about this camera is it is a bit heavy, and some of the frames did turn out a bit darker on the right side. To me, that feels like it's a high-speed shutter issue. This camera does go higher in terms of the shutter than any of my other cameras, but I'll need to test this a little further. Honestly, I was a little triggered. My Key of 88 has been having shutter issues itself, and you can check that out more in depth in my last video. I will link that in the description below in case you enjoy watching other people's pain. Overall, I think it's definitely an upgrade from the AE1. The build quality and the top-down viewfinder are some of the most notable things for me. However, I still prefer the AE1's metering system, and that camera was also my dad's, so that one's not going anywhere anytime soon. If you would like to see more of me and my cameras, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons below. We would like to see more of you too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.